Hello there App Spy viewers, my name's Peter and I've got a hands-on video for you. This time it is with the detail, and before we go any further I'm going to put up a trigger warning on this. If you are sensitive to talk about child molestation issues, then absolutely you need to turn this video off right now. Go find something else fun on App Spy. If you're still here, let's talk about the detail. It is a very mature game. Mature, not in the sense that it's like loads of blood and gore everywhere and all that sort of stuff, but mature as in it's dealing with some pretty hard issues, like child molestation and kidnapping, like physical violence, drug dealing, gangland activities, all sorts of stuff like that. So now we're presented with a choice. I can either boot the door in or I can try and unlock this thing. I'm going to try and unlock it. There we are, and we're going to go for a third one, and there we are. So now we should have the element of surprise. You'll see in the top right hand corner a little sort of red ribbon, says that we're saved. The game progresses every once in a while after you've made decisions, basically. So let's move forward. I'm being advised by my colleague here to check our corners just in case. So let's pop round here, see what's in here. Oh, the television's still on. Well, this person may or may not be a child kidnapper and paedophile, but they do definitely waste energy, and that is a crime in and of itself, in my opinion. So, bathroom, nice and clean. Okay, that's good. So let's move on, and we're about to go through here, I think now. Okay, so this is obviously where that trigger warning was worth putting in there. So basically, this dude is a real creep bag, isn't he? Yeah, really horrible. And the detail doesn't really shy away from any of this sort of stuff. I mean, you just got kicked by a paedophile in the stomach, and now you're going to have to fight him. So, you know, and later on, there is stuff about gangland executions, drugs, you know, all sorts of stuff, like loads and loads and loads and loads of different stuff. So it is not one for the sort of squeamish or anything like that, and this visual style is absolutely fantastic. I think it looks amazing. It's got a real Sin City vibe. I'm going to smack this guy around the face. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, he's not happy about that. Okay, so I tried to do that, but he wasn't having any of it, was he? Was not having any of it. And now my partner is like, check it out, scumbag. Boom. I'm gonna zap you. Haha. Sucks to be you. So now the board updated, little notification there, shows that we're sort of being introduced to different characters that make up the tapestry of this game. You'll play as multiple characters throughout the detail. One of which, on the right-hand side here, is kind of like an investigator, and that, as far as I can tell, is the main character, certainly for this first episode. And now we're interrogating this this charming chap. We can sort of go through next line, or we can swipe through lots and lots of stuff to auto-scroll through the story. So, yeah, not a nice guy. And then these little arrows are mutually exclusive choices, so I can either pressure them or grab their collar. So I'm going to pressure this person, and we're going to say some horrible things, and then I'm going to intimidate them. And as you can see, I'm making these choices, and basically how I make these choices, what I do, how I react to each situation, plays out a different type of story throughout the game. Now I'm going to grab their collar. Ooh, bit of physical violence here. Reggie? Can't do this to me, I'll sue your ass. Well, Reggie, what are you doing? I'm going to get him to leave. Off you go. Off, go on, out you get. Go on, carry on. Yeah, absolutely, all of this sort of stuff is very good. So now I think what I'm going to do is skip ahead in this video and get to some of the other parts of the game. Okay, so we've skipped forward a little bit, and we've done a whole bunch of choices and stuff like that. And now, if I tap and hold on the screen, I can see lots of different choices here. So I think what I'm going to do is go up to Nadia Roberts, and or I'm going to tap, there we are. I'm going to go up to Nadia and have a conversation. So you see that there's this kind of 2D point-and-click adventure element to it as well. So I'm being interviewed by a journalist here. And but there's also more to it than that as well. So we're going to go over here, tap here, and this is actually currently in a test flight. So I would say that some of the stuff is probably going to change. The UI stuff is pretty good for the most part, but I would also say that you know, it hasn't quite got that tap and hold on the screen and kind of move your finger around the screen so that you can see different points of interest. It hasn't quite got that, which is a bit disappointing. But basically, it's pretty clear what it is that you actually need to go and have a look at. So I'm going to go over to the body and investigate the body, and you'll see a different part of the game now as well. Come on, off you go. Let's toodle on over there. And if I want, I can swipe down with 3 fingers. Oh, hello, there we are. If I turn these little circles on, there we are. And I can, these are sort of little points of interest as well. So you can bring up a little bit of UI to help you out. And this kind of shows you everything that you need to be looking at. So I can look at the gun, and then I can see that there's different things on here. I'm going to tap this. Clearly that's a bit of evidence. That's a lot of gore, blah blah blah. And I can see that the serial number's been scratched off. So again, you're sort of collecting up all of this evidence, looking at different stuff, figuring out the plot, basically figuring out what has gone on at this crime scene. And like I say, let me come out of this. Oh my word, how do I do this? There we are. I'm tapping away, sort of tapping away from the actual big image itself, and I'm looking at these different things as well. And of course, I can have conversations. That's Mike. There he is. Look. And you can see these are some of the law enforcement, criminals, civilians, that kind of thing. And let's go back to resume. Got the briefcase full of drugs. Oh, full of drugs. Oh dear, a young lady, possibly thrown into prostitution. Who knows? It's not a very nice world. Yeah, you're kind of like investigating all of these things in this really quite gritty, horrible world, and making decisions. It's a little bit Telltale Games. It's a little bit sort of Walking Dead in that way. It's also got a fair amount of typical 2D point-and-click adventure stuff in here as well. Broken Sword without the humour, for example, or perhaps a police quest, if you remember those. So that's kind of the basic gameplay of the Detail. Like I say, it is not available just yet. We wanted to bring you an exclusive early look at how it is shaping up, and I think it's shaping up pretty darn good. I think this is going to definitely be one for fans of stuff like CSI, or somebody who wants like a really, really gritty 2D adventure game to keep them busy. So there we are. That is a quick look at the Detail. We'll have more coverage on it on AppSpy in the coming weeks and months. This is Peter with AppSpy.com. We review, you decide.